Hello, hello, JP Gamer here. Welcome to Let's Play Ultima VII on the Exult engine. There was a recent snapshot of Exult released. I say recent, I think it was like 1 or 2 months ago. But as far as I can tell, it has fixed the that bug, that disappearing item bug that no one could really replicate. But yeah, it sort of inspired me to do Let's Play this game. I'm not going to promise a full Let's Play, but Ultima VII is a fun game, it's a short game, it's an easy game, so it should be easy enough to get through. Let me show you a few of the options real fast. If you haven't used Exult and you've been using like DOSBox or something to play Ultima VII, definitely pick up Exult. It's very easy to install. As you can see, it lets you change resolution. You can play with a very large game area, but I've chosen to play with the original 320 by 200. A ton of different shaders, or filters. There's digital music, or you can choose your own MIDI driver. Gameplay options, there's all these sorts of things. For instance, ragdolls on the... you can use the Serpentine ragdolls in Black Gate. You can close the game windows and stuff with right-click, and just all these ease-of-use little edits. You can change the difficulty, space pauses, stuff like that. It's a really, really essential program for Ultima VII. Now, this has always been one of my favorite games. And there's tons of trivia in the Ultima series. I mean, just playing one of these games gives me something to talk about through the whole Let's Play. I've played and beaten every single Ultima game except for 9, which I actually purchased, but back in the day, I mean, the game came out before I would actually play it. Like, I was born in '93, which I think is actually after when this game was released. But I got really interested in the Ultima series a few years back. Purchased Ultima 9, could not get it to run. Now, I know that there's a mod or something out there. I say mod, a program that fixes all the bugs, but that was a buggy game.
Avatar! Know that Britannia has entered into a new age of enlightenment. Know that the time has finally come for the one true Lord of Britannia to take his place at the head of his people. Under my guidance, Britannia will flourish, and all the people shall rejoice and pay homage to their new guardian. Know that you too shall kneel before me, Avatar. You too will soon acknowledge my authority, for I shall be your companion, your provider, and your master.
There's one more intro. Something is obviously amiss. It has been a long time since your last visit to Britannia. The mystical orb beckons you. It has opened gateways to Britannia in the past. Behind your house lies the Circle of Stones. Why is a moon gate already there? You have but one path to the answer. You would think that the Avatar would learn not to enter the Red Moon Gates after what happened in Ultima VI. But, what I was going to say, is that I've played and beaten every single Ultima game except for 8, 9, and 6. I need to play 6 sometime, but I keep holding out for Nuvi to get released. But, oh, this series is beautiful. If you haven't played Ultima, definitely start with 7 Part 1. Maybe play 7 Part 2. I didn't care for the Serpentine, really. From what I understand, EA started taking their, like, started meddling with Richard Garriott and his crew. Or Garriott, I forgot how you pronounce his name. But definitely play Ultima VII Part 1, then play Ultima V. Those are my favorite two games. I think that's the way that you get into this series, is you play 7 then 5. I'm going to name the main character Avatar. I usually do that. There. 'Tis horrible. I know, 'tis shocking. Who could have done it? I know not. He had no enemies. Poor man. What is to be done? I know not. A rather large, familiar man looks up and sees you. The shock that is evident from his dumbfounded expression quickly evolves into delight. He smiles broadly. Avatar! If I did not trust the infallibility of mine own eyes, I would not believe it. I was just thinking to myself, if only the Avatar were here, then... Lo and behold, who says that magic is dying? Here is living proof that it is not. Dost thou realize, Avatar, that it hath been 200 Britannian years since we last met? Why, thou hast not aged at all. Iolo winks conspiratorially. He whispers, due no doubt to the difference in the structure of time in our original homeland and that of Britannia. He resumes speaking aloud. I have aged a little, as thou canst see, but of course I have stayed here in Britannia all this time. Oh, but Avatar, wait until I tell the others. They will be happy to see thee. Welcome to Trinsic. The distraught peasant interrupts Iolo. Show him the stables, my lord. 'Tis horrible. Iolo nods, his joy fading quickly as he is reminded of the reason that he is standing there in the first place. Ah yes, our friend Petre here discovered something truly ghastly this morning. Take a look inside the stables. I shall accompany thee. And the Forge of Virtue earthquake right on cue. All is not right in Britannia. Perhaps Lord British will know the reason behind this tremor. You see a middle-aged nobleman. Iolo, who is this stranger? Why, this is the Avatar, Iolo proudly proclaims. Canst thou believe it? May I introduce thee? This is Finnegan, the town mayor, and this is the Avatar. The Avatar. I simply cannot believe it. I simply cannot believe he is here. The mayor looks you up and down, not sure if he believes Iolo or not. He looks at Iolo skeptically. I swear to thee, it is the Avatar. The mayor looks at you again as if he were studying every pore on your face. Finally he smiles. Welcome, Avatar. But just as suddenly Finnegan's face becomes stern. A horrible murder has occurred. If thou art truly the Avatar, perhaps thou canst help us solve it. I would feel better if thou takest this matter into thine hands. Thou shalt be handsomely rewarded if thou dost discover the name of the killer. Dost thou accept? Yes. Petre here knows something about all this. The peasant interjects. I discovered poor Christopher and the gargoyle Anamo early this morning. The mayor continues. Hast thou searched the stables? No. Then I suggest that thou lookest inside and talkest to me again. And here we are, playing the game. Okay, I wanted to show you a few things. As you can see, there's these really nice little status bars at the bottom, which are sorely needed. A great essential improvement over the base game. But yeah, I'm using there's an option, where is it? To use the Serpentile paper dolls, as you can see. But I don't care for the Serpentile paper dolls. And then furthermore, if you get Spark in your team, it gives him like a full middle-aged guy's body, which is pretty weird. Let's see. Pick up this key first of all. But I need to find a place to dump off some of this stuff. Let's equip this. I usually like to have a bag that I just keep all of my keys in, and I think I will make this that bag. I can't remember if this gargoyle jewelry actually does anything. But as we can see, the murderer walked right through the blood, got it all over his boots, stepped up over these boards, up onto this ledge, and then made a run for it. Why don't we talk to the gate guard? You've seen alert and no-nonsense guard. Name, Johnson. Job, I have the morning watch guarding the dock. I authorize the comings and goings of every ship. Job, oh, I already asked that. Murder, I did not hear of this. When I arrived at my post at sunrise, or I did hear of this. I found Gilberto lying felled on the ground. If thou art asking if I saw anything, I did not. No one hath passed by me since I arrived at the dock. Ship. If thou dost want a ship, thou must get a deed from the shipwright. Thou must also have the password to leave town. Ah, yeah, the password. The password is copy protection, if you didn't know. Really, all you have to do is just look up the answers online. There's nothing else there's no legitimate way to get the answers. Oh yeah, talk to the mayor again. Hast thou properly searched the stables? Yes. What didst thou find? Key. A key. Perhaps if thou dost ask Christopher's son about it, he may know what it is for. Bye. The mayor nods his head at you and goes about his business. Let's see, talk to Yolo. Your friend snorts. What, art thou joking, my lord? Thou dost not know thine own old friend Yolo? Job. Why, right now 'tis adventuring with that most courageous and all legendary heroes, the Avatar. Trinsic. The town has changed little, has it not? Everyone seems a little defensive, though. When we ran into each other, I was passing through and had stopped to visit my friend Finnegan. Murder. Ugly, is it not? From what I have heard, neither Christopher nor Anamo deserved so grisly a death. Thou shouldst certainly ask everyone in town about it. Avatar. Why, there is no doubt. Thou art the Avatar, Avatar. However, thou mayest have some trouble convincing those who do not know thy face. Of course thou shouldst be safe around thy friends. Defensive. I think it is best for thee to speak with them thyself. There have been many changes since last thou didst visit, Avatar. I think thou wilt find or feel at times a bit, well, old-fashioned. Finnegan. He is a good man, the mayor of Trinsic he is. I have known him for years. Christopher. I did not know him, my lord. Anamo. I never spoke with him. It is truly a shame. There are not many gargoyles living amongst the humans. This will only discourage the practice even more. Trouble. Well, after all, thou hast been gone for 200 years. Most of those who would recognize thee are long gone. Sorry to be blunt and all, my friend. But there it is. Friends. Thou must mean Chamino and Dupre. Gargoyles. Since thou wert last in Britannia, the gargoyles have begun to integrate with the humans. Most of them live in Sutek's old island, which was renamed Turfin. However, thou mayst see one here and there throughout the land. Chamino. Thy best friend in finding that rascal, or thy best bet in finding that rascal is to look in Britain. He has a girlfriend employed as an actress in the Royal Theatre. Dupre. I'm sure we shall find him somewhere. Last I heard he was in Geelong. Didst thou know he was knighted? No. It's true. Lord British knighted him recently. Why he did so, I cannot imagine. Good old Richard Garriott, or Garriott. I need to look up the pronunciation of that. My liege will be enormously pleased to see thee. We should travel to Britain post-haste. I am sure he can give thee some valuable information and update thee on much of what thou hast missed in the 200 years of thine absence. Britain. It has grown since thou last saw it. Pause is now a virtual township of Britain. It dominates the east coast of Britannia. Lord British's castle is still the overwhelming feature. Information? Certainly, Lord British is always a repository of the most amazing facts, eh? Probably something to do with listening and not always talking. Speaking of information reminds me of something. I have a little item which might be useful to thee. 'Tis an abacus. Use it to tally up all your gold. Pause. And the abacus really is nice, so you can just click on it to see how much gold all of the party members have in their inventory. It still lies between Britain and Trinsic, but it has grown further into Britain itself. 'Tis always a pleasure to speak with thee, my lord. And here we are in the Fellowship. This man exudes kindness and geniality. Ah, Avatar, I recognize thee at once. Word has moved through this town quickly. I have heard thou wert here. Name. My name is Clog. Job. I am the Trinsic branch leader of the Fellowship. I work here with my wife, Ellen. Murder. Well, the man says, reflecting, I was home all night, and my wife, Ellen, will certainly verify that. But, as we say in the Fellowship, worthiness precedes reward. Christopher must have done something bad, and that poor gargoyle Anamo, 'tis a pity. Fellowship. The Fellowship meets here at the branch office in Trinsic every night at 9. Thou art welcome to attend. The Fellowship is a wonderful organization that is open to all the people of Britannia. I have learned so much through studying its philosophy, and it has helped me to live my life to the fullest. Through the Fellowship, I am able to achieve that which I have set out to do in life, and I am a better person for having joined. Ellen. She is my wife and bookkeeper for our branch. Christopher. Christopher was a valued member of the Fellowship for some time. Unfortunately, we got into a petty argument last week. Excuse me. Argument. Last week, Christopher stated that he wanted to leave the Fellowship. Canst thou imagine? Well, we simply attempted to speak with him and alter his decision. The man verbally assaulted me and my companions with no provocation. Companions. They have gone to the Fellowship headquarters in Britain. They were here delivering Fellowship funds. Their names were Elizabeth and Abraham. Philosophy. The Fellowship advances the philosophy of sanguine cognition, a way to apply a confident order of thought to one's life. Through what is called the triad of inner strength, the triad is simply 3 basic principles that, when applied in unison, enable one to be more creative, satisfied, and successful in life. They are strive for unity, trust thy brother, and worthiness precedes reward. Strive for unity basically means that people should cooperate and work together. Trust thy brother implies that we are all the same and that we should not hate or fear each other. Worthiness precedes reward suggests that we must each strive to be worthy of that which we want out of life. Dost thou wish to join? Sure. Then thou shouldst go immediately to see Batlin in the Fellowship Hall headquarters in Britain. Inamo. I did not know the gargoyle. It sounds as if he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. 'Tis a pity. If there is anything else I may help thee with, Avatar, let me know. Alright. This is a woman who seems pleasant and welcoming. I am proud to meet the Avatar, she says, beaming. Name. My name is Ellen. Job. I do the bookkeeping at the Fellowship branch. I work with mine husband, Clog. Murder. 'Tis awful, is it not? Of course I was home with Clog all night. Fellowship. Perhaps thou couldst call it a confident philosophy. We meet here at the branch office every night. Clog. Mine husband Clog is a wonderful branch leader. He is an inspiration to all the Trinsic members. Philosophy. Oh, this is the same thing we did before. Branch office. The Fellowship has branches all over Britannia. It is a most popular philosophical society. Bye. Goodbye. I hope to see thee again soon. So the investigation, we really just go around and talk to everybody. It's been a while since I've played this game, actually. So I was hoping to do like a talk to every single person and look in every single cranny sort of playthrough. You can actually rush through this game really, really fast if you wanted to, but that's no fun. The Honorable Hound, register. Oh look, Walter of Britain, Jaffe of you, and Jana, right there. That's from, what game was she from? I think 6. I played a bit of 6, but like I said, I haven't completed it. You see a gorgeous and voluptuous woman in her 30s. Name. My name is Apollonia. Apollonia, she says, as her tongue licks her upper lip. Job. Why, I run the Honorable Hound Pub and Inn, she purrs. Wouldst thou like a room, or perhaps thou would like something to eat or drink? Just say so, and I shall try to please thee with my delicacies. Blank thing. You realize she's flirting with you. Murder. Apollonia shuts her eyes and shakes her head as if she had just bitten into a very sour lemon. Oh, that is so hideous. How could anyone do something so horrible? Art thou searching for information? I do hope thou dost find the person responsible. Flirt. Apollonia blushes and bats her eyelashes. Oh, Avatar, I would wager that thou dost say that to all the barmaids. Avatar. Honorable Hound. I can think of no better place in all of Trinsic to lay thine head and rest or to nibble upon treats to satisfy thine appetite. Bye. Apollonia blows a kiss at you. Do come again. if you haven't played Ultima 7 before, the game is really about stealing. I would say that stealing is the focal point of Ultima 7. Basically, you go into a town, you sort of get out of the line of sight, and then you steal people's stuff, and that's really how you make it through the game. But like I said, right now I just sort of want to... Let's see, he's not looking. Let me save real fast, just in case. Alright. See, I hate loading like that, but I'm trying to remember how the line of sight thing works. I think it's if he's not looking, like if you see where the NPC is looking, and then you like draw a line where his shoulders are. See, he was facing up, so he was still able to see this, but since he's facing this way, now he can't see this. See what I mean? Now I can steal stuff. And like I said, I don't like saving and reloading, but that was just me getting used to the engine again. I shouldn't have to do that again. And as a rule of thumb, always have your companions steal. You see a salty old sailor who reeks of tobacco. Name. My name is Gargan. He sniffs loudly. Job. I am the Trinsic shipwright. If thou wouldst like to know about a ship or a sextant, just say so. Gargan coughs. Murder. I heard about that. Terrible thing to happen. Can't say I saw or heard anything, though. Gargan coughs, clears his throat loudly, then spits. We don't need anything else. We already have the sextant, and this is super useful. Wait, oh, yeah, you have to step outside. And see, it'll tell you where you are on the map. And there's a lot of hidden treasure in Ultima 7, and that's really useful to find that stuff. What is that? A club. Some gold. A pair of boots. I love this cloud effect. The clouds are moving really fast right now, and I'm not sure why, but yeah, just a beautiful cloud effect in this game. I think it's Richard Gariot. That's how you pronounce it. I'm going to say that for now, and hopefully that's the correct way, but if it's wrong, at least know that I was not saying it incorrectly on purpose. But yeah, Richard Gariot, I'm sure a good number of y'all are following the whole Ultima series. He's making that, I think it was it Quest of the Avatar? I know EA is doing Ultima Forever. That's the Book of the Fellowship. EA is making a game called Ultima Forever for, I think, like Facebook or something. It looks like a piece of crap so far. I say that half because it doesn't look like an Ultima game, and the other half because it is made by EA. But at the same time, Richard Gariot is doing the Quest of the Avatar that really doesn't look... It looks hit or miss, in my personal opinion. I don't know. I'd like to hear everyone's opinion on that. Let's see, you see a solid-looking but seemingly bored fighter. Name. I am Marcus the Trainer. Job. I am a trainer here in Trinsic, he says gruffly. If thou dost wish to increase thy skill in combat, I can help thee. Murder. I heard about it, but I assure thee I know nothing of the details, Marcus yawns. Trinsic. The fighter shrugs. The town is alright. He sniffs. Alright, if you haven't played Ultima 7 before, basically when you level up, and you can only level up I think 8 times, you can get to level 9. Actually, I'm level 3, so I forgot how it works, but you can't level up too many times, but every time you level up you get training points. And then you go to one of the trainers and you pay to spend the points to increase your strength, dex, or intelligence, or combat or magic. These aren't derived stats, believe it or not. These are stats on their own. And actually I think hits and mana are also not derived stats. But basically, in the end, there's only 1 or 2 trainers that are worthwhile to ever spend your training points on. So I'll definitely have to look those up before I ever spend any. Alright, equip that helmet. Let's give him a shield. Let's pick up this roast. Actually, give that to YOLO. Spit in the spittoon. YOLO isn't wearing gloves. We'll give him some gloves. Have YOLO steal this gold. It's a backpack. Have YOLO steal the keys in there. Or the lockpicks. There's Spark. You see a boy who appears to be a young teen. He is dirty and unkempt. He looks as if he has been crying. But he sits up straight and looks sharp when he sees you. Who art thou, and what dost thou want? You realize the boy has a sling in hand. You face the boy and tell him who you are. Avatar. So, what makes thee so special? Boy, this is the Avatar. Upon thy word he is. He is come to help thee. When the boy narrows his eyes, studying you, then the boy... he slowly lowers his weapon, ready to act in case it's a trap. You admire the boy's obvious experience in dealing with strangers. You and Sparks stare at each other. He is not sure what to do. Finally, he nods his head. All right, I believe thee. Thou dost look like paintings I have seen. I am sorry, my lord. Name. I have always been called Spark. Job. I have no job. I am only 14, so I am just learning how to best help father in the smithy, he says proudly. But then he suddenly realizes something which terrifies him. And now that father is dead, and I am an orphan. Murder. I cannot believe father is dead, and poor Inamo, too. It's just so strange. I dreamed it was happening. Well, in a way. Last night I was having a nightmare about father. I dreamed that he screamed, and it woke me up. I looked around the house, but he was not in his bed. I was wide awake, so I went out to find him. Smithy. Father was the best blacksmith in Britannia. People were always coming from everywhere to get him to make this and that. Father. Father was the blacksmith. I cannot believe that he has been murdered. He had no enemies that I know of, unless it was the Fellowship. Fellowship. Well, at first they harassed Father and me when they came around asking us to join. I suppose they do good things. Many people like them. Father eventually joined the group after he went to Britain and took one of their tests. I do not know anything about them. I never took one. Maybe thou shouldst ask the man at the Fellowship branch. Clog. He is the head of the Fellowship branch here in Trinsic. He and Father got into an argument a week ago when Clog and two of his friends came over to talk with Father. Friends. I do not remember what they looked like. I did not recognize them. They were most likely some other members of the Fellowship. Argument. I don't know what it was about. Perhaps thou shouldst ask Clog. Branch. The Fellowship has branches all over Britannia. Find. No, I did not find him. At last night right away. But I did see something. I was in front of the stables. I saw a man and a wingless gargoyle running from behind the building. They ran towards the dock. Then I went inside and found... Father. Spark's voice falters and he begins to sob a little. Gargoyle. I cannot tell one gargoyle from another. I could not identify him except that he had no wings. Man. All I saw of him was that the man had a hook for a right hand. Hook. Wilt thou go find the man with the hook? Let me help thee. The boy pleads. His tears cease and his face takes on a determined, forceful look. Take me with thee, please. I must avenge father's death. If thou dost not take me with thee, I will follow thee anyway. The boy is all excited now. I am an expert with a slingshot. I can strike sewer rats with almost every shot. And I am small. I do not eat much. I think that's a lie. I think Spark does actually eat more than most people in the game. Please take me. Please ask me to join thee. YOLO whispers to you. I do not know about taking a child on the road with us, my lord. Suddenly, Spark lets his sling fly. His target, a small fly hovering above YOLO's head, is smacked out of the air. You laugh as YOLO yelps, jumps away, curses and runs his fingers through his hair. I told thee I am good. May I join? Yes. Hooray! The boy leaps with delight. Key. That looks like the key to my father's chest. I wondered where it was. Orphan. My mother died a long time ago. I can just barely remember her. Inamo. He was a very nice gargoyle. He helped father a lot and did tasks in the stables. I cannot think why anyone would want to kill him. Nightmare. I know it sounds witless, but I dreamed that a big red-faced man was watching down on everyone, and he looked down and he noticed father. That is all I remember. Bye. Alright, I will speak with thee later. So now we have Spark. And Spark, if I remember correctly when I was playing this, is one of the absolute best characters in this game, just after the Avatar. It's something like, because he starts at level 1, and because training points, the stat increases you get from training points are so much better from the stats that characters have before training, like the default ones that they get when they come already leveled. Something like that. But you can train Spark to be really, really good. I know where the treasure is. Ugly bird, ugly boy. Hey. Okay, that's locked. This is one of the greatest features of Exult, in my personal opinion. The chest is locked, right? I press Alt-K. Or, no, I just press K. It checks all the keys in your inventory. Is that not amazing, or what? Let's take the 100 gold, a scroll, and a fellowship medallion. Read the scroll. Thou hast received payment. Make the delivery tonight. Something's going on. I wonder what it could be. Well, the only thing we have to do is keep asking around town. Let's go back to Clog and see if we can get any more topics with the information we have from Spark. Hello again, Avatar, Clog asks. How may I help thee? Test. Batlin in Britain will be happy to administer our test to thee. Thou shouldst certainly take it. Who knows? Thou mayst find something within thee that needs improving. Hook. I am afraid I do not know a man of that description. Gold. I do not know what thou art talking about. Medallion. Christopher had expressed interest in leaving the Fellowship. Perhaps he had stored it for safekeeping. Scroll. I do not know anything about that. Oh, bye. If there is anything else I may help thee with, Avatar, let me know. Alright, let's head in here and see what's in these chests. It looks like nothing good in there. Okay, there's some gems. Give those to YOLO. A bloodied blades and buxom beauties. This illustrious tome depicts the life of the romantic pirate Rogera as he sails the Northeast Sea. As he travels from port to port, his adventures become increasingly dangerous and as equally lucrative. The climax of the novel finds Rogera in the clutches of a despotic island ruler from whom he must escape and save the beautiful native princess. Ah, sounds like a good book. My cup runneth over. This illustrious volume holds many detailed instructions for neophyte vintners. The books even include tips on selecting choice grapes and proper labeling techniques. The tome lists several monks from the Brotherhood of the Rose as sources. Alright. And that is a banana. We'll buy a bunch of food later on. We don't need to buy anything yet. See what's in here. Those are bandages. Nothing in the chests. Just shoes in there. Basically what the deal is with stealing, if the Avatar steals something, then everyone gets upset, and eventually they'll all leave. Veteran's Guide to Weapons and Armor. This book is really, really useful. I love how they do this in this game. Basically, instead of having like stats on weapons and armor that you can see, probably due to engine limitations, but it ends up being more immersive. This book tells you the stats of all the weapons in the game, which are fairly simple, but it's still a lot more immersive in my opinion. And let's head down to this house. I don't think we went in here yet. Take that roast. What is in the book? Blade of the Griffin Barony. This novel is about a knight's flight against the doctrines of a society to win the love of a common maiden. Oh. Exciting. Actually, some gloves. You're not wearing any gloves. And for now, I think this mace is probably better than the little dagger that we're using. So let's give it to YOLO, and then YOLO will give it to the Avatar. And finally, this house down here. And I believe that's all of... actually, no, there's a few more houses in the east part of town. Okay, yeah, Spark isn't wearing any boots. Let's see, let me give YOLO's gloves to the Avatar, and then steal these gloves and give them to YOLO. There's a shield in this chest. No one can use a shield. He can use that helmet, though. And into the blacksmith we go. Now, if you stack up the little chests, like these... Actually, where are they? I'll show you once we get in here. Huh, I'm surprised no one threw up. Usually one of the party members throws up. Oh, there we go. No, he just got freaked out. Alright, cloak. You can equip that cloak. Okay, these little boxes right here, if you stack them up, you can actually make bridges, and you can climb up them, or ladders, and you can get onto rooftops. Basically, if you make a stairwell of those boxes up into the roof here, and then step into the chimney, it will teleport to you, or it'll teleport you to like sort of like a debug room, where all the quest items in the game are, a bunch of magic items are. It breaks the game. It's not a it's a cheat. It's not something I'm going to do, is what I'm trying to say, but it's still cool. If you haven't done that, definitely try to get a ladder up and running with the crates at least once. Take these gold coins. What's in here? More gold. Give that to YOLO. And I believe we are done here. And just a few more houses left. One of them is this place. You see a grumpy fellow with a bloody bandage on his head. Name: I am Gilberto. Job: I have the night watch at the dock gate. Murder: it must have occurred shortly before I was knocked out. Fellowship: he shrugs. Thou art asking the wrong man. I suppose they are all right. I have never had trouble with them. Clog: I have not had many dealings with him. Hook: the man thinks a moment. No, I cannot say that I saw a man with a hook. Not. It was not just, it was just about sunrise. I was looking out to the sea. All of a sudden, I felt a blow on the back of mine head. He winces in pain. Pain. Gilberto still seems a little wobbly, but his gestures indicates that he does not desire your aid. My skull is still ringing, but I shall be all right momentarily. Blow. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground. Johnson, the guard for the next watch, was shaking me. I had been out about 10 minutes. I knew that because the sun had just peeked over the horizon, and the Crown Jewel was gone and sailed. Crown Jewel. Did I forget to say, that is a ship that was docked here all night. I believe it was about to sail for Britain. Thou couldst ask Gargan the shipwright to make sure. Anyway, I did not see mine attackers, the guard grumbles. Gargan: he is a good man, but thou mayst not wish to stand too close to him. Thou mayst catch something. Attackers: I wonder if they jumped onto the ship. They could be all the way to Britain by now. Johnson: he takes the morning watch at the dock. Bye. Goodbye. Watch thy back. And we'll talk to the priest, or the healer guy. You see a solemn fellow in healer's robes. Name: my name is Chantu, he says with a slight bow. Job: I am the Trinsic healer. I can perform a heal, a poison cure, or a resurrection on any of thy friends, or on thee, of course. Murder: 'tis a sad state for Britannia when events such as these happen. Christopher was a good man. I hope that the villain is caught. Services: yeah, we already said that. No, we don't need any. The Fellowship. The healer frowns. The Fellowship does not appreciate the efforts of healers in Britain, although they do admirable things. The Fellowship is short-sighted when evaluating the need for healers. They believe that our work can be done through their so-called triad of inner strength. Clog. The healer shrugs. He does his duty as he sees fit, and I do mine. Bye. Goodbye. And we could wait around until they're both now looking and steal the potions, but I don't think I will. I think I will, though, read the books. The Biopharaphysics of the Healing Arts. Within this rather in-depth and complex book at healing are the ideas considered to be the definitive text in healing wounds, curing poison, and resurrecting the recently dead. Within can be found suggested remedies for any known sickness in Britannia, including the dreadful Zorodane's disease, which causes a loss of vision followed by an extreme sensitivity to noise. In addition, the book lists a few of the after effects of healing and curing, such as the increase in appetite, intense restlessness, and slight dizzy spells. Although not for good as an introduction to the healing for beginners, the tome is perfect for the seasoned healer. Alright. The Apothecary's Desk references the author's expectation that thou art reading this to familiarize thyself with the effects of various potions based on their color. The first part of this work will discuss such aspects. Actually, this is really useful. I need to steal this book. Where is it? Yeah, this right here. I need to steal this book. I need to wait until this guy looks away, basically. This is what that means. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's the desk reference. Shoot the Moon. Herein can be found the guidebook for druidic culture, details on rituals, spells, and the organizational structure filled with a rather large number of pages that make up this fine wellspring of knowledge. Alright, guard, get out of that chair. I'm not going to wait much longer. Okay, I think we've waited enough. On to the next place. You see a stern shopkeeper who might once have been a strong fighter. Thou hast entered my shop, so thou had best buy something. Who might I be addressing? Avatar. My name is Dell. Job. Dell looks disgruntled. I sell weapons, armor, and provisions when I am not doing work for the Fellowship. If thou are not going to buy anything, then get thy face out of my sight. Murder. I'm afraid I know nothing about it save for what is being said in the street, so do not ask me. If thou art not going to buy anything, then thou art wasting my time. Go away. Yola whispers to you. Pleasant chap, is he not? Fellowship. The Fellowship is a group that has been gaining much popularity in recent years with the people of Britannia. While on the surface it may simply appear to be a scholarly society studying its particular philosophy, its teachings have the power to forever alter the shape of Britannian society. Its ceremonies are deeply moving experiences. Philosophy. Okay, this is the same thing. They all say the same thing. Buy. Humph. Spend more money next time thou dost come in. Okay, now, interesting enough, do you see this little gray? These two gray pixels right here. If you click on these, it's a door. Now we just need to wait for him to look away, and we can equip ourselves. Actually, I just need to wait until he's facing the opposite direction, then open someone's inventory. Nope. Nope. Once again. There we go. He's facing away. Okay. Let's save real fast. So a chain coif, or quaff. Chain quaff, quiff, quaff, something. Gorget, I don't know how to pronounce these things. Maybe someone can help me, but yeah, he didn't catch anything. Actually, the crested helm would be a lot better. Give the crested helm and gloves to Spark. because in all honesty, we don't need to be equipping the Avatar. He will be equipped shortly. Very well equipped. That's a lot of arrows. But we can always get arrows. There we go. This is what we need to find. The more bolts we have, the better. I hate running out of bolts. And that is a two-handed hammer. And in here are gold pieces. Let's give Spark this bag. And then give him the rest of the gold. And so we just robbed this guy blind. Close that again, and head out. So, we are sent next to go speak with the ship guy again. Let me save. Except we have... yeah, we've been in here. So I've decided to do this game in episodes. If you haven't realized already, this is a very long video. I think I'd like to do it that way, where I just make big videos, maybe one for each town or dungeon. I'd hate to split up Trinsic into a bunch of parts. Trinsic is really quick and easy. Though it's amazing how much character is in this game. It's just outstanding. They're able to... it's just my personal opinion. There's a lot of character in this game. Yes, matey, Gargan asks, coughing. Crown Jewel. Yes, that ship was docked overnight. He consults his log. She sailed for Britain at sunrise. I do not recall seeing anyone go on or off. Gargan snorts and coughs a couple of times. Hook. Matey, I have always seen pirates and sailors with peg legs and hooks. If thou hast seen one, thou hast seen another. But the man suddenly frowns. Now that thou dost mention it, I did see a man with a hook late last night after sundown. I was leaving the shop and saw him outside. There was a wingless gargoyle with him. They were walking east. Gargan sneezes, then coughs a couple of times. I told thee, it was him. Bye. Alright, so we are ready to go talk to the town mayor and clear this all up. First I'm going to save real fast. And, I don't think there's anything good to steal in here. No. But, yeah, so we talked to him, and I am going to... I have a page opened up right now with the Ultima VII answers. I just need to fiddle around with it for a moment. I have it off screen. Okay, yes, Avatar, Finnegan asks. Clog. He is the Fellowship branch leader. Kind man. Fellowship. Why, they are the extremely helpful group. Their branch office is just east of mine. Very optimistic group of people. Murder. A crime like this has never happened in Trinsic before. I cannot believe this happened to Christopher and Inamo. Please, explore the town. I would appreciate it if thou wouldst bring me a report of thy progress. Be sure to ask everyone in town about the murder. After speaking with the Christopher's son, thou mightest next want to speak with Gilberto, the guard on watch at the dock last night. The mayor hesitates, then leans to speak quietly. Actually, I have seen something like this before. It was about 4 years ago in Britain. Report. Britain. 'Twas before I came to Trinsic. There was a murder with strikingly similar aspects. A body was found mutilated exactly like poor Christopher. It appeared to be a ritualistic killing. I would wager that whoever was responsible for that murder is the culprit behind this one. Christopher. Christopher was a local blacksmith. He lives, or rather lived, with his son in the northwest part of town. The blacksmith's shop is in the southwest corner. Christopher was not a rich man by any means. He barely kept himself and his son alive. But he certainly enjoyed his work. Inamo. The gargoyle Inamo slept in the stables. As I understand it, I believe he immigrated here from Turfin a few months ago. It seems that he was merely a chance victim of someone intent on violence. Gilberto. He was struck from behind early this morning and was knocked senseless. Johnson, the morning watch, found him unconscious. He is recuperating at Chantu, the healer's house on the west side of town. Johnson. He is probably at the dock right now. Chantu. He is our town healer. He hath been here for years. Nice fellow. Son. Christopher's son is called Spark. Their house is in the northwest area of town. Report. Art thou ready to answer some questions concerning the investigation? Yes. Very well. What was Christopher's occupation? Well, he was a blacksmith, you idiot. What didst thou find at the murder site? A key. What didst the key open? I don't know. A chest. Didst thou find? What didst thou find in the chest? Gold, a medallion, a scroll. None of these. All of these. Dost thou have a suspect? Yes. What dost this villain look like? Hook. Any leads on finding this villain? Crown Jewel. The mayor is pleased. It seems thou art pursuing thine investigation with genuine fervor. Methinks thou shouldst go to Britain and see if thou canst find this man with a hook. Here is half of thy reward money. Thou wilt receive the rest when thou dost prove that the killer hath been brought to justice. The mayor hands you 100 gold coins. I wonder if you can actually... No, I guess you can't come back and get the rest in the game. Dost thou need the password? Yes. Before I give thee the password, I must admit I have my doubts about thou truly being the Avatar. Excuse me. I must ask thee to indulge me in order to satisfy thy somewhat suspicious nature. Or my somewhat suspicious. I shall ask thee a few questions regarding the geography of Britannia. Please answer with the number of the longitude or latitude from the cloth map. Remember, longitude refers to the lines that run north-south. They are determined by the numbers at the bottom of the map. Latitude refers to the lines that run east-west. They are determined by the numbers on the left side of the map. If these questions are answered correctly, then I will cast aside all my doubts. What longitude runs through the center of the island Buccaneer's Den? Okay, let me look up this answer. What longitude? Longitude that runs through the center of Buccaneer's Den is 60. What latitude runs through the center of Dagger Isle? Latitude runs through the center of Dagger Isle. That is 0. What latitude runs through the center of the deep forest? That is 60 again. And there's even more questions that we have to answer with Batlin, believe it or not. Excellent! I have no doubt that thou art the one and true Avatar. Oh, I almost forgot. The password to leave and enter the town is Blackbird. Well, there you go. We are ready to continue on to pause and then Britain. One of those two. Yeah. Give this guy the password. You see a tough-looking guard who takes his job very seriously. Password. What is the password? Blackbird. Very well, thou mayest pass. Oh no, not more rain. Yes, Spark, more rain. And with this, I am going to conclude Episode 1 of Let's Play Ultima VII with Exult. Thank y'all for watching. Yeah, this is a great game. Definitely check it out if you want to. You can get it on Good Old Games, I think. It used to be abandonware until like a year ago. But Exult is free to download. It's a great project. And there's actually a few mods for Exult if you're interested. One is the keyring mod, and another person made it to where they shifted the graphics like at a 45-degree angle. It's great stuff. I mean, it's popular enough that there's a community going on right now in the forums. You'd think this game would be dead since it's old, but it's not. Yeah, Runic. I don't remember what these characters meant. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.